hello to everyone. Thanks for attending. As already mentioned, I'll introduce you to the new features of the Wi-Fi portal. Namely, there are basically three new small features to it. The first part is the multi-tenancy feature, meaning on the one hand, with the multi-tenancy feature and user management feature that you can control who can onboard new SNEAs and also who can reset them again and configure them. And the second part, the more important part to the multi-tenancy is, of course, applying all the StableNet user groups and user management stuff to the SNEAs when they are onboarded. So all of this is in place after onboarding when they are registered, as you can see here, as a device in a tag tree, no matter if it's on this portal or in the StableNet client. Second feature, hybrid mode for switching between mobile and another connection. And the third part, the guided tours. I'll show you these features by walking you basically through the product. So how would the workflow look like when you start measuring your Wi-Fi environment until maybe you want to stop measuring it because you want to transfer the device to another location or something like that and safely erase it. So just walk through, and because we already did a snapshot about the Wi-Fi portal in general, I'll skip over the parts a bit faster where unknown stuff happens and just focus on the new one. So basically, starting here, we are at the front page. And here already the first change comes into effect. You'll see this later again, that this onboarding happens right here when you find new sensors. They register at the portal, but have no data on it, no tasks to do. They are just available. This first part that you can even see them and configure them is already part of the multi-tenancy. So you have a group for this, so you can even access what I'm doing now. So yes, let's do this. We have a sensor in place. We want to configure. It's available. We do a heartbeat every 15 minutes. So this is in an okay state. We can walk through the normal onboarding procedure with it, just inserting some things. We don't need tagging right now. We can, of course, as always, scan for available access points, insert the ones we want to. This is for the management connection, also for maintenance stuff. To measurement we'll get later. I as well select the whole SSID, not only one access point. Also for this network we need a pre-shared key, so I'll insert this as well and go from there. For measurements, this is also no new stuff, so I'll just do some basic stuff, maybe insert one URL, what we want to measure via HTTP measurement, but as well here, nothing new. Then the fifth step of the configuration wizard is actually a new step when we want to apply all the user groups when onboarding directly. So those are all the user groups you have available in StableNet. And here you can decide, okay, we have maybe just the administrators that should access the SNEA for the Wi-Fi measurement, and nobody else should access it. So we just select them. This is part of the multi-tenancy basically. And yes, that's about it. We configure it and wait a second or maybe a few seconds until the discovery of the device of the SNEA is finished, the agent is added, the device is added to StableNet, and the measurements are created and so on. So this all takes place after hitting the configure button. Exactly. So here we go. We just added a device. Of course, it's at no data because, yeah, it just started measuring basically. To show you multi-tenancy, of course, I have to log in with a user that actually doesn't see everything. Therefore, we have this dummy user in place, signing in, seeing, okay, we have this user. This was the agent. We cannot find the device OID because, yeah, we just selected it, but now we don't have the access rights anymore. So we just see those 2 devices, not all the 4 we saw before that. So, okay, we see user management is working. Also, because he has no configure rights, the user can see all the stuff that is configured. So where the device is located, the tags, measurement settings, and so on. But he will never be able to go to the last setup step or even the setup step before with the user groups for changing something. So he can just view this, view the measurements and so on, but cannot change any configuration of these NIAs. Okay, so much about this. Then maybe this is also a good place to show you the guided tours. Guided tours, of course, is a feature we did not only introduce for the Wi-Fi portal, but for the Wi-Fi portal, there are quite a few already in place for showing you, for helping you understand what you're seeing. So basically, the guided tours work with interactive buttons you can click on with some information. We don't have to go through all of this, but basically, okay, this NIA has a name, an IP address, and so on. One special feature is the connection type, because as I already mentioned, we have a hybrid mode implemented for the NIAs, meaning that if you plug in an Ethernet cable, it uses Ethernet connection to communicate with the StableNet server. If no Ethernet cable is plugged in and we have an LTE module in place, it uses a mobile connection to connect to the server and provide measurement data, because the Wi-Fi interface of the device is separated for measuring. So we cannot use this for communicating with the server. In order to get good measurements, we have to split this up. But still, there are 2 connection types we can offer with this mode for the Wi-Fi portal. Then, of course, there's a heartbeat every 15 minutes and so on. We can see all of this with the guided tours. We see the measurement status with the guided tours, geomaps, just everything is explained here. Really nice feature of the guided tours also, I just said it really shortly, you have those interactive buttons, so you cannot click anywhere, but you can click on the highlighted one. So there is, for example, the scanning dialog where we just scan on demand which SSIDs are available in the area, and we can click just this button in the guided tour to help us do stuff. Yeah, this is basically this with the guided tours, with a short summary what we show at the Wi-Fi with the Wi-Fi portal. Yeah. Okay, so to jump to the last feature, I'll go back with the admin user, because we actually want to change stuff. We need this one. Back seeing all the devices. Also the device we just onboarded, we see right here, this device is connected via Ethernet, because yeah, we simply plugged it in. Yes, and what is now the last important step when talking about multi-tenancy, of course, is that if you have this device, you of course see all the credentials. Here it's a pre-shared key, but could be different at the configuration. And of course, if you want to send it back, maybe to your headquarters or something like this, you want to clean up the device. So cleaning up meaning not only deleting it from StableNet, but also clean all the configs and the wireless configs you supplied to the device it uses for connecting. And therefore, we have this reset functionality implemented and also a user group specifically for this reset. So not everybody can reset things, but only those having the rights. And then we simply can hit the pin and we get back here. It's a new sensor. It has no configs on it. Also on the file system on the device, all the configs are deleted. And we are basically back to square one where we started. And that's also it for me for this presentation. So basically, yeah, this is the whole cycle of the snare when you work with it in the Wi-Fi portal. Yeah, thanks for your time, and I think you can stop the recording now. And yes, I'm available for questions.